Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to RBG Gauntlet, week number 34. This is that one Dan guy, joined again here tonight by Hunted. Hunted, we are into the semifinal round. Are you excited?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, after that last quarterfinal that we just watched, we're switching sides on the bracket a little bit, but yeah, I'm excited to see which team can move on to the grand finals. And I have a little bit of a sneaking feeling that we just watched the other grand finalists last time, but we'll decide that when it comes around to it.
Yes, indeed. Baba Bushes, the winners of our last match that we watched from the quarterfinal, currently facing off against Satisfaction in the semifinal on the opposite end of the bracket. But right now, we have got the Angry Grapes versus Rusty Satisfaction. So that both of these teams here obviously doing very well to make it on into our semifinal tonight, which is now the best of 5 series. So teams need to win 3 games overall to progress to the final, which will also be best of 5. But Rusty Satisfaction took down a couple of notable teams earlier in our bracket, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean they took down Fennec Esports in the first round. They took out Frank Esports 2-1, which has at least a good friend of mine in Mexi from Upper 90 on that team. I'm a little disappointed to see them out so early, but then directly into that, they played Syntax, which I didn't expect that series to go 2-0 in favor of Rusty Satisfaction. I thought that would go all 3 games, but they did pull it out in 2. But on the other side of that, the other quarterfinal that the Angry Grapes took against Midnight Snacks was a bit surprising. I thought Midnight Snacks had that wrapped up from the beginning, but the Angry Grapes, obviously they took it all 3 games. They won the round, so I'm really interested in seeing what kind of Rocket League they're playing to have bested the Midnight Snacks.
Yeah, I think we've definitely got a brawl on our hands here, as the Rusty Satisfaction and the Angry Grapes are looking ready to go. And we're going to head into our semifinal in just one moment. Teams readying up here. And it's going to be Base Speed trying to make the clear here off the start. Things looking a little...
Well, it looks like lost my broadcaster for a moment. I'll go ahead and take over. That's a good shot by Wellis. Base Speed to clear it out. Eris up the sidewall, looking for a touch. Gets a bit of a flip reset. He can't quite get back to the ball. Bobby, the white guy in blue. There's Base Speed. Good pinch by Robo Buddy. Puts his team on the board. Base Speed tried to collect it. He just had a bit of an awkward first touch. Robo Buddy challenges him early. No response from the blue defense. So 1-0, only 40 seconds into game number 1. Base Speed trying to do what he can to get by the defender. Not going to be able to do so quite yet. We've played nearly a minute. 1-0 for the Angry Grapes, and they look to continue the success they found against the Midnight Snacks in the last series. Bobby over to Eris in the corner. That'll be turned away by pro player Kevin. Bobby to boom it back down. There's Robo Buddy. Chips it over to Wellis. He's looking for Robo Buddy. Can he get the double? Just out in front. Kevin goes high. Eris, solid save. Almost a highlight reel goal from the Angry Grapes, but they can't quite connect. And so far in this game, Rusty Satisfaction, that's a good save by Base Speed. But Rusty Satisfaction have their hands full. They can't quite get out of the defensive end. Missed touch by Bobby is cleared out by Eris. So 1-0 for the Angry Grapes, and I'm very surprised it's even stayed at 1.
Most definitely. Sorry for my unexpected leave of absence there. But the Angry Grapes coming in strong here, as we've already seen quite a contest between these two teams.
It's funny, as can't even finish my story, can't even start my story. Wellis will cut me off there.
Wellis just drills this one in from the half as Robo Buddy plays it on up to him right into the goal box. Gonna sneak it past the defender and just find the middle of the net.
I just find it funny that during the break, you and I we're talking about solo casting and different things that we've done, and then immediately starting in the series.
Yes, indeed. For the sake of our poor producer behind the camera, Miswan Jr.'s computer, we have been killing cams between halves, and I managed to hit leave call instead of close camera.
Oh,
But we're back at it now as the Angry Grapes up 2-0 at the half. Rusty Satisfaction gonna have to step up their game here just a little bit, shake some of that rust off, and give it a fresh coat of paint. This is the best of 5, though, so they'll have the chance to come back if they cannot find the victory in game number 1. Hunter, do you think they can do it, though?
If the first half of this game is any indication, it's going to be a difficult series for them. They have not really found any form of offense so far. They haven't been able to get out of their own zone, and the Angry Grapes are taking advantage of these opportunities.
Yeah, definitely looking like they've got the upper hand in the aggression, in the defensive, all of these things. But just now, currently, the Angry Grapes having a bit of a trouble time getting it out of their own zone, although now going to play it into the corner with Robo Buddy and Kevin there. But Robo Buddy not quite able to connect with his passing target, as Rusty Satisfaction going to try to clear this one out of their zone once more. A situation they've become a bit familiar with lately.
Yeah, certainly in this series they have, and they're doing a bit better of a job now. It looks like they're trying to challenge a little bit earlier, trying to up that speed on defense, but this is where it gets dangerous, although that double commit's going to open up a bit of space for them to clear.
Oof. Eris not... Oh, I expected not enough power coming off of that clear there, but good control, manages to take it all the way downfield, and then he'll find the back of the net. This play starts from Eris and ends with Eris.
Yeah, it's just a wide open goal. I'm not sure quite what happened to the defense from the Angry Grapes. He kind of had a wide open goal. It looked like somebody was either out of rotation or had gotten bumped earlier on. But either way, they capitalized on it, and we've got a game with a minute left.
Most definitely. Oof. Bobby keeping the game alive with that goal line save. Now base speed gonna put it on up to Eris. We'll see if they can manage to find the back of the net once more. Good control headed into the box. But Kevin there with the contest. I'm not sure Eris had it in anyway.
That's twice from him, though, that he's had solid air dribbles down the pitch. It's opening up a little bit more room for his team to operate on the offensive side. If you can threaten that air dribble from anywhere on the pitch, it forces the enemy team to respect it.
Oof, but Wellis gonna force the Rusty Satisfaction team to respect their counter attack, as the Angry Grapes gonna pick up another one there. But yeah, you're definitely right that Eris presents more of a threat now. I think headed into game number 2, we're definitely going to see the Angry Grapes be more wary of those long air dribbles that we've seen come out of him recently.
Ooh, Wellis. He picks up his hat trick in this game. It's just a kickoff play. And yeah, I mean, when you operate, it's almost kind of, if you think about it, this is going to be a little bit of a stretch. I'm just gonna say this right now. But if you think about like a football game, right? Typically, when you have an offensive strategy, you look for different opportunities, whether it's by passing or on the ground. If you're a pass-heavy team, you want to set up the run early, get the defense to respect that, then you beat them over the air, right? I mean, that's kind of a basic football understanding. And when you can kind of do similar things, like you make teams respect infield passing plays, you make teams respect your air dribbling skills or your flip reset skills, it opens up more stuff on the ground. It opens up slower paced plays. It opens up flicks and passes, back wall plays, and stuff like that. And even though Eris and company lost this game, I think they kind of put the seed in the mind of the Angry Grapes that they're not just going to roll over and die. They have the skills to do it, and now they have to play with a little bit more respect.
Most definitely. I think that's an excellent point to make, that, you know, perhaps Eris creating more of that presence on field will open up some opportunities. Do you think there's anything, though, that we're going to see come out of Wellis, RoboBuddy, and pro player Kevin that they're going to be, you know, punished for? Did they show any weaknesses in that armor that you think they need to improve on themselves?
Well, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? I don't think they need to overanalyze their game. going into this one. But yeah, I certainly think, I mean, nobody plays a perfect game of Rocket League. There's always stuff to improve. I think the biggest thing for them is maintaining possession when they get onto the offensive side, making sure they sort out their rotation. Looked like there was a couple double commits on the offensive side of the ball. But if they continue to play the way they do, they continue to make challenges and find big booming clears when they need them, I think that they will be okay until somebody steps up for the blue team.
Definitely.
Ooh, that's not a good way to start.
Coming in with plenty of pressure. Gonna put the Angry Grapes on the board in the first 5 seconds. RoboBuddy tried to get that touch off the defender. Gonna go past him, but Kevin gets the cleanup. Definitely not the way they wanted to start this one for Rusty Satisfaction. Base Speed trying to put it back in. He gets the beat on Kevin, and that ball's gonna slowly dribble across the line. It's been 10 seconds, and we're basically back to 0-0.
That's just a good challenge from Base Speed. And you're right. I mean, 2 offsetting kickoff goals to start the match. Might as well have just not scored them in the first place.
Well, if we don't continue this pattern, I'm going to be sorely disappointed. We could see one of the highest scoring games of Rocket League ever.
Oh, here you go. There's one.
And there it is. Wellis finds this one off the backboard and into the top corner.
Now, I really like the play that I've seen from Wellis so far. He is so confident with his back wall plays, which at this level you have to be. But I'm pretty sure at least 3 of his goals that he's scored so far in this series have been off these back wall rebounds. He's reading it so well, and you love to see that kind of confidence from these types of players.
And you can really feel that confidence in the aggression he has while he's going for those. It feels like every time that Rusty Satisfaction just isn't quite expecting Wellis to be there that early, but he's so confident and he trusts his team when they're putting up those passes and everything, and he is really zooming out here. Ball going through a bit of a ping pong phase between the Rusty Satisfaction and the Angry Grapes zone. Now finally going to settle in a little bit towards Rusty Satisfaction as Kevin trying to keep this one in. Wellis was ready for the pass, but it's going to get intercepted on the way back down to the Grapes zone. Aris trying to put some pressure on there, not quite able to read the clear. We'll see if he can get it by RoboBuddy. The pass does end up towards Bobby, but he can't read it, as another member of the Grapes going to manage to beat him to that ball. Aris trying to keep that one in there. I just realized that there's a possibility this could have been Ari the entire time. But we'll stick with Aris.
Ooh,
oh
wow.
My gosh.
Goodness, what a save.
A bit of a traffic jam on the goal line, manages to keep that ball out of Rusty Satisfaction's net, and now they're on to the aggressive. Aris can't quite find that top corner. What a shot.
Yeah, good play by the defender as well. I think it was RoboBuddy cutting across. Wellis got demoed on that play, and RoboBuddy gets a bump there as well, trying to open up space. They're doing a great job of making sure they get to the ball. As I say that, he whiffs on it. No opportunity out in front. Close call.
Aris looking like he was trying to get a little bit of a wheel touch there, just not quite finding it on the goal line. Rusty Satisfaction really trying to up their pressure and tie this game up. Post MVP right there, as RoboBuddy, I believe, was the shooter. Correct me if I'm wrong. Getting robbed on that goal line. Wellis and Kevin keeping the pressure up and the ball into Rusty Satisfaction's zone. The demo comes out from Kevin, but not quite going to be enough yet. Wellis unable to find the corner. This is quite an onslaught, but the defense of Rusty Satisfaction holding up through it for now. But it's around Bobby. RoboBuddy's got an empty net, and he'll send that one home. No problems.
Yeah, great fake by RoboBuddy. Just brings it right around the defender. It looks like a little bit of panic on the side of Rusty's Satisfaction in this game, specifically in this final minute that we've played. I mean, you're only down a goal. You don't need to force anything. You just need to make sure you play solid defense, and it looked like you know, they were just they felt trapped in their own zone, and they were panicking a little bit too much.
Ooh, that ball nearly crossing the goal line threshold, but still maintaining the 2-goal lead for the Angry Grapes. But I absolutely agree, Hunted. It felt like when they finally did make it out of the zone. Oh, Kevin making this one a 3-goal lead here. Let's watch this as he managed to beat 3 actually. The entire team of Rusty Satisfaction just getting dunked on by Kevin there.
Yeah, Kevin just decided he was in free play mode. Didn't really care about who else was on the pitch. He did it all himself. And again, like I said, if this team, this Angry Grapes team, continues to play the way that they played in game 1, which they have in game 2, it's going to be a long series, really, no matter what Rusty Satisfaction decide to change.
Absolutely. They haven't felt like they've been able to capitalize on their... And right there, Base Speed gonna capitalize on this soft clear from Kevin. He took an awkward angle. Robo Buddy not able to make the touch. And Base Speed just gonna pop this one nice and soft into the corner. And no opportunity from the defender there. But it just feels like they haven't been able to necessarily capitalize on their counter attacks like we've seen when they went up for the 4th goal from the Grapes. Rusty Satisfaction, you know, perhaps trying to get too aggressive at times and not slow down just a little bit to set up their plays.
I think a lot of that has to do with kind of the boost game, right? The boost economy in this. Well, that almost worked out well for them, but when you're finding yourself on the back foot and you don't have any boost, it can be very, very difficult to find those transitional type plays. Oftentimes, you're just looking for solid clears to buy your team time, and right now they just don't have the kind of time they need to waste at this point.
Most definitely, as the clock ticking down below 40 seconds. Rusty Satisfaction gonna need 2 goals here with only half a minute left. Things are not looking in their favor. Aris trying to pull out one of those long air dribbles to make something happen, though. Bobby gonna be able to pick this one up as a backup there, but there's Aris again, kind of cutting off Base Speed. He was looking for a shot, hopefully communicated well there, but Robo Buddy manages to get the clear. And now I believe this is a 3-on-1. Kevin, the only one left. Can Bobby find the net? Wellis is there in time. Rusty Satisfaction putting on a show here in the final seconds. Oh my.
That's so very close. And hopefully Aris knows that this is a best of 5. He did leave quite quickly after that game, maybe switching his car. But, you know, that final minute and a half was much better from Rusty Satisfaction. We saw that they were starting to get a little bit more confident on the offensive side of the ball. They were really keeping the Angry Grapes in their own zone. And even though they didn't score the goal, the idea of setting up that rebound play, although I thought Aris had a little bit more options. If he would have taken it a little bit slower, he could have found the pass across the box. Could have potentially turned into something, but hindsight 50 or 2020. But, you know, they set up the play where they found the rebound and they got the follow-up. It didn't go in the goal, but if you get those plays where you have the ball bouncing out in mid, you have somebody there to follow it up, you get those garbage goals, right? I mean, that's what we call them in hockey, those rebound goals right out in front. They're not pretty, but you score those and you find yourself in the lead. That's what they need to continue to do if they want a chance in this series.
Yeah, I think there's a good opportunity for Rusty Satisfaction to capitalize on a bit of that chaos factor and score some of those more unorthodox goals like you were talking about. We'll see if they can...
Hey, I just call them what they are, man. They're garbage goals. I mean, they don't look pretty, but a goal is a goal. You put it in the net.
Yeah. If it
doesn't matter how you score,
it goes on the scoreboard. We take those. We'll see how much the Angry Grapes can do here to protect their lead against Rusty Satisfaction heading into game number 3. This is match point. If Rusty Satisfaction can take it on, they will need to win the next 3 consecutive games. No goals coming out in the first 10 seconds, though. By this point in the second match, we had already had 1 apiece. So things starting off just slightly slower, but Wellis trying to heat things up. Not able to find the back of the net ultimately. Robo Buddy now trying to keep it into the Rusty Satisfaction zone, having a bit of difficulty doing so. It's going to be Base Speed playing this one into the Grapes corner. Trying to carry it out now. Robo Buddy looking to get around the defender. He beats one, but Aris still going to be there to support Bobby. Now Bobby looking to team up with Aris on the way back out, but they're just having too much difficulty. Wellis keeps this one in. Robo Buddy just a little bit lagging on that pass. Some good aggression here coming out from both teams, though.
I wonder what happened to that quick play from Rusty's Satisfaction. It looks like the time reset, the score reset, and all of a sudden they're back to this nervous defensive play, and they're giving a lot of space to the angry Grapes. They just let them move down the pitch as they feel.
It felt like in both of our first games that once that final minute or minute and a half pressure sort of set in, then Rusty's Satisfaction picked up their game.
Oh, there we go.
And there it was. We just had to talk about it. Bobby gonna get Rusty's Satisfaction on the board. If I'm not mistaken, that is their first lead of the series.
I believe you're correct. Yes, I think that is the first time they have a lead. We'll see how they play with it. That play was set up by Aris, but really, I got to give credit to base speed. He went up for the challenge, forced the defender to miss the ball in fear of getting dunked. That set up Bobby for an easy tap-in goal. Exactly what we want to see from them, and it's good to see them on top early on.
Definitely going to give them an advantage here. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left. They've got a lot of time to defend that lead. Hopefully, they can build on it before the Grapes are able to answer. That's what I was saying, was it felt like they had that end of game sort of urgency that hopefully they will have for the entirety of this game, because if they can't protect this 1-goal lead, then Rusty's Satisfaction is going to be on their way out of the Gauntlet. They can't. Aris trying to set something up there with Bobby, but not quite able to do so. Some good bump plays happening in the middle to break down the passing of both of these teams here, as Kevin trying to clear this one out of the zone, but Aris manages to keep it in. Robo Buddy finds it off the back wall, and Kevin throws a quick shot on net, but base speed there for the save. It'll be Wellis now trying to play it out of his zone and off the ceiling, not quite able to keep the control though. Robo Buddy looking to advance it on into the Rusty Satisfaction side now. Little help from Wellis, finally makes it across the half. Almost connects for the tee-up shot with Kevin there. Angry Grapes looking to find a bit more of their control game here, trying to use Aris's tactics against him.
Oh, that was almost a very good play. Wow.
And they've been trying to make some of these quick passes into the goal box, not quite connecting on him though, or one of the defenders from Rusty Satisfaction there just in the nick of time. That demo almost coming in big. Not quite going to be what they needed there. Rusty Satisfaction looking to go ahead on this 1-goal lead with only 90 seconds left in the game.
Keep your eye on Wellis, though, as we get closer to the end of the game. He has been setting up a ton of plays, just like that one nearly. And they come in transition from defense to offense. They've had their chances. They just haven't put it in.
Oh, speaking of not quite being able to put it in, Aris going to want that one back because he finds the top corner, but a little too much crossbar, goes down and out. Robo Buddy up with it in a dangerous position for Rusty Satisfaction, but they managed to get the clear. Base speed looking for it off the back wall. Can't quite find a teammate. It's going to be up to Aris to keep this one in. It's the ball going up the wall across the 50. Kevin whiffs the save. Can he get there? Aris did not look to have much confidence in that one. Didn't have the follow-up. But there it is. The delayed follow-up, shall we say.
Yeah, the mistouch by the defender really threw off the Angry Grapes defense. They got clustered in the corner. Easy pass out in front. Aris, all he's got to do is just slam that one home. So a 2-0 lead with 38 seconds to go. Looks like we should be going to game 4.
That one looking a bit scary for a moment there for Rusty Satisfaction. Don't want to get too complacent here. Even though we're below the 30-second mark, they still need to defend this lead, as it is win or die for them at this point. We'll be headed into a game number 4, though, assuming this scoreline can stay in the Satisfaction favor. Angry Grapes doing everything they can, though, to turn that around, or at least make it be a 2-1 by the end here. The clear finally coming out of Bobby should kill most of the remaining clock. 1 second on the goal line. And that'll find the ground ultimately. The victory headed to Rusty satisfaction, though, 2-0 in game number 3. We're going to see at least a game number 4. If they can pull out one more, we'll take this series all the way along to game number 5. Hunted, what do you think changed there to give Rusty satisfaction that win?
Well, it was a much better game played by them all the way through. I mean, it felt like it was in their control within the exception of about 30 seconds in that final minute that we played. They really made sure they maintained possession of the ball. They made sure that they got the challenges they needed in mid. But I also think that perhaps the Angry Grapes with a 2-0 series lead, they won the first couple of games quite handedly. Maybe they got a little bit lackadaisical, and since I'm on the RBG stream and I do have Swan running the broadcast, I got to throw a little shade at the RBG boys. Kind of reminds me of their loss to Ghost in Montreal, where it felt like
in the background.
It felt like they were playing so very well, but you have to finish the series. You can't stop at game 3, game 4, game 5.
Well, certainly we will see if Rusty's satisfaction can learn from our mistakes per se. And as we head into game number 4, Rusty Satisfaction trying to take the game off of the Angry Grapes to stay alive and force the series to go the full distance. Wellis doing well to pass this one along to Kevin, who can't quite connect to Robo Buddy. But the Grapes coming out looking very strong here on the aggressive. Wellis trying to set something up again at the midfield. Teammates appear to not quite have enough boost after that first push to do too much with it, setting up on the defensive. As Rusty Satisfaction pushing into the Grape zone, it's going to be Robo Buddy with the chance to clear it out, but it just plays into the corner and now off the back wall from Ari. Aris is going to put this one in off the goal line. Base speed had it, but Aris just going to take that guarantee there. Don't want to let the defender rush in at the last moment. Give his buddy a little help there. Base speed going to get the assist ultimately.
It's nice, again, to see that they have found themselves in the lead game number 4. It was very similar, very reminiscent of the last game that we just watched. They weren't playing from behind throughout that game, and we saw them with a bit more confidence. We'll see if they can carry that as well into game 4.
Yes, indeed, as base speed not quite going to be able to make that clear, but Aris will eventually. Things are looking a bit dire for Rusty Satisfaction there for a moment. The aggression of the Angry Grapes starting to build as the first minute has passed. We are headed into the, I suppose, second quarter of this match, and Angry Grapes still looking very much in this game as base speed trying to do something fancy with it, but he'll need Bobby on the cleanup. Flicks it over the top corner and finds his teammate free and clear in the center.
That is a great pass. Very well played. And it's those kinds of passes. Wellis has to respect that shot. I mean, he can't just read it's an obvious pass, because that is quite a good flick from the attacker, and they take advantage of that. Again, it's those types of little plays. You pull the defender out, you make them think, or at least have to respect one thing, and you beat them with something else.
Yeah, thus far, the finesse of Rusty Satisfaction coming in clutch here. We'll have to see if they've forgotten about Aris's air dribble prowess, but won't matter if he's dead as well. It's going to kill Aris on his way into the Grapes zone, but the ball makes it there nonetheless. Now playing on the defensive. It'll be the Angry Grapes clearing this one back down now. A bit of a scrim in the far corner. Bobby going to make sure that one doesn't make it through onto a shot on goal. As now the ball at the half, a bit of a ping pong match. Both teams trying to figure out where it's headed, but Aris knows it's going into the top corner.
That's his second of this game, and he's been looking quite good in the past couple. Solid turn on that ball, can't quite get there.
Robo just in the middle of the rotation, coming back from probably grabbing a corner boost. Not quite enough time. And we're up 3-0. This is quite a comfortable lead at the half for Rusty Satisfaction. Looks like their game is starting to heat up. They've knocked a bit of that rust off, maybe found some WD-40 hiding in the closet, and they're ready to take on the Angry Grapes now.
Well, they need to make sure they don't just get complacent here in the final half of this game, because when we've seen the Angry Grapes settle into their offensive rotation, they look quite dangerous.
Yes, indeed. Is Robo Buddy going to put the first one in? Smashes it through two defenders to find the bottom corner.
Hey, guess what the Angry Grapes just did? They
Got
found
a
their
little
offensive.
complacent.
They found their offensive rotation, and they look dangerous on the offensive side. And if they can continue to do that, we could easily see this one get tied up. And Rusty Satisfaction again. They've looked very good in the past 2 games now, but this game's not over. Still 2 minutes and only two goals needed.
Yes, indeed. As Aris trying to carry that one in for the trademark air dribble down the entire field that we've seen here a couple of times. Not quite going to be successful, as it's going to take a triple commit to stop that one going in. Base speed just barely able to recover, and again for the second save there. Kevin trying to keep up this pressure. Robo Buddy not going to play it off the corner, trying to find Wellis in the midfield.
Oh.
Unfortunate touch there. Wellis trying to do all he could. A difficult angle to pick up, but he'll manage to keep the ball inside of Rusty Satisfaction's zone. Robo Buddy now carrying it back in, still on the aggressive. Kevin finally going to find a chink in Rusty Satisfaction's armor. They were scrambling for so long, and only a matter of time until the ball found the net.
A bit of positional error on the offensive side of the ball for Rusty Satisfaction. They had 2 guys pushed up a little bit too far, especially when you have a 2-goal lead. You're more looking to play defense than offense at this point.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they're still trying to play so fast and aggressive. Is right here. Bobby gonna need to make the save. He will finally. Base speed helping him out on that one, but Wellis trying to keep this in. Rusty Satisfaction just having a difficult time maintaining their control of this game. It looked like they were so dominant through the first half. Aris does manage to win it at the 50, so this will buy a bit of time. A good reset for Rusty Satisfaction.
Great pass. Wow.
All they needed. Slow the game down just a little bit, and the passing plays start to shine as Bobby gonna hit it to base speed to find the empty net.
Man, base speed didn't even have to move.
Yeah,
I mean,
all sat there.
all he had to do was jump and boost a tiny bit, smash that one home. What a pass from Bobby.
Excellent plays. Base speed trying to make the most of a little extra bump there off the kickoff. It's only going to be Aris on the defensive. Need to make a fast rotation before the Grapes can capitalize. Kevin almost sneaks that one past base speed, who has to bang it off the crossbar. Rusty Satisfaction giving up quite a lot of shots here, is nothing coming in hard for the save. Robo Buddy not able to find this one. They're just having enough presence on the goal line to keep out the Angry Grapes. Robo Buddy almost puts it in and almost finds the connection with Wellis for the pass, but it's still not quite able to make it in. The Angry Grapes can't pierce Rusty Satisfaction's defense in the final seconds.
And that's going to take all the time away as well. They live to fight another day. They'll get a goal as a going away gift. But Rusty Satisfaction, they lived through the onslaught. I mean, it really was domination in the blue zone for quite a while from the Angry Grapes. And a couple of shots placed a little bit better, a couple of touches, a little bit quicker, a little bit cleaner. This could have gone in favor of the Angry Grapes. But, again, it's the making sure you take advantage of the opportunities when you get them that Rusty Satisfaction did. They started the game well. They went up 3-0. They gave themselves a nice cushion, which they didn't have in games 1 and 2. And they utilized that to carry themselves all the way to victory, to force game 5. I don't know what is going to happen in this game 5. It looks like it's so even now with both teams playing well in that last game. I'm just excited. I'm glad this one's going to 5.
It's going to be quite an exciting turnout, and I think at the end of the day, we might just see Rusty Satisfaction fully in the driver's seat of this series, that being whether they choose to come out aggressive and calm, collected, making those passing plays like we've seen, or that panicked goal line defense that was the last 2.5 minutes of game number 4. I think it's going to be up to them really to dictate the pace of play, and or for the Angry Grapes to dictate it for them, forcing some of that pressure into the goal line there. Ours having a bit of a mishap on the way into this one. Almost saw a 4v2. Wouldn't that have been exciting?
It's like a spy in Team Fortress 2. Not really a teammate.
And Miswan Jr. filling us in as Bobby manages to fill that one, or does not manage to fill that one out of the net. Apologies. I tried there. Bobby getting the bump on his way in. That's going to be the early goal to the Angry Grapes. But as he was saying, the Babushkas have advanced on to our final round as Satisfaction DQ'd, unable to find a sub in time. So the winners here going to be facing Babushkas for the $75 prize pool that is Gauntlet week number 34. RoboBuddy trying to lay claim to that prize pool, or at least a shot at it. Can't quite find the back of the net, but this game looks like it's in the Angry Grapes' favor thus far.
Well, rip the satisfaction, Rusty Satisfaction matchup that I was looking forward to. But yeah, this, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's firmly in the hands of the Grapes thus far. They've had the better first minute, but there's been no lack of fight from Rusty Satisfaction so far.
And for both of these teams, the consistency can vary minute by minute. We might still very well see Rusty Satisfaction turn up the heat and pop a couple of goals here in the remaining 4 minutes. Base Speed trying to get something started, playing it on to Bobby in the corner. Bobby does win the 50, but it's not quite going to make it over to Aris in time. Wellis looking to drop this one down. Base Speed, again, he's had quite a few saves on the goal line, been clutch for this Rusty Satisfaction team. Looks like they're going to need another one as Aris makes the save. RoboBuddy with the clean shot off the wall. Kevin trying to drop this one in now. Man, every player on Rusty Satisfaction having to make saves there. But RoboBuddy will be the one to finally find the back of the net.
If you keep throwing balls at the front of the goal, you're going to find success eventually. That is the Angry Grapes strategy coming into this game. It's clear. It's what they tried to do at the end of the last game. They couldn't quite get there. They're forcing this Rusty Satisfaction team to make goal line saves. And when you force a team to do that, you're forcing them to play perfectly, and eventually they'll make a mistake.
And not everyone able to keep it up for minutes on end, and no long clears coming out from Rusty Satisfaction. But as I said, Aris is going to score on one, of course.
Yeah, again, this is a bit interesting. What happened to the defense? It looks like RoboBuddy did not respect the long clear. He was the last man back. Maybe he didn't realize it.
I think there might have been a bit of a bump coming through.
It's
not sure.
But from my angle, it didn't look like he had any kind of pressure to cause him to be where he ended up on that play. But either way, it's a one-goal game now, and we've got about half of it left to play.
Definitely still in striking distance for Rusty Satisfaction. They're going to need one with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. See if the Angry Grapes can make something of this offensive push they've got going for the moment, though. Base Speed trying to connect with Eris. Eris will finally clear it out. Oh, that would have been such a great read to tie this one up. RoboBuddy unable to carry this one out of the zone. He'll need Wellis's help. Kevin gonna manage to stop Eris's counterattack, though. Things starting to shape up into the Angry Grapes' favor. Lots of challenges coming back and forth of this ping pong match as neither team able to gain a foothold in the opposing zone.
Oh, that was such a good play. So close.
RoboBuddy really needed to make that touch there. Rusty Satisfaction trying to get their passing game going, looking to find just the smallest gap in the Angry Grapes rotation. Aris manages to hit this one off the corner just in time to play it off to Base Speed, who will then pass it along to Bobby. Finally, a bit of a passing cycle going from Rusty Satisfaction. However, it's going to get shut down here as the Angry Grapes carry it around.
A missed touch will do that to a team. You get up into the rotation as soon as you miss a touch, as soon as you miss a solid clear back into the zone, and you have a player going back for boost, it can ruin it. And now they've got to try to find the offense again.
And that offense right now sitting in the Angry Grapes zone as Aris brings this one in. Base speed looking to follow up on it, but he's going to have to read this off the wall. The pinch goes towards the center. Kevin making a good stop there, making sure Robo Buddy doesn't have to come off that back wall in a pickle. Looking to settle this one down. Ball bouncing in the corner to Aris, but Wellis finds it off the back wall, clearing that threat away.
It's time.
Bobby misses that touch.
It's time now. They need to get on the offensive side. They need to start taking a risk. They've only got 33 seconds to go. I'd love to see all three of them activate right now.
Most definitely. The timer counting down. The pressure is on for Rusty Satisfaction. They need to make something happen. Aris can't get that one by. That's dangerous. Wellis finds Kevin, and that might be the nail in Rusty Satisfaction's coffin.
Yeah, with 18 seconds to go, it certainly can be. It was a wonderful dunk by Wellis to set that one up for his teammate. They're not out of it yet, but they need a good kickoff here. They don't go for it.
Oh, a miscommunication, perhaps some sort of slip of the finger, but that's going to be an easy goal for the Angry Grapes.
Wow. That is something that you don't see every day. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, that's going to be a major oof from Rusty Satisfaction. Not the way they wanted to exit this tournament. But still 10 seconds to put their last bit of flair on this one, as it's going to be the Angry Grapes first versing Babooshes for the final of Gauntlet number 34.
Wow.
Rusty Satisfaction just couldn't quite pull it out there.
No, it was a wonderful series. Like I said, I'm so glad that this went to 5 games. Unfortunately, Rusty Satisfaction couldn't pull off the eventual sweep. I'm sorry, reverse sweep. But that game was so much closer than 4-1, I think. It felt like anybody's game, especially when Rusty Satisfaction was moving further and further into the zone. They were setting up plays. They were finding those infield passes, just not the striking they needed to put the ball in the back of the goal. You could certainly say the same thing for the Angry Grapes. They had so many opportunities early on, couple of shots they're going to want back. I would really love to see them clean that up in the grand finals, because I think that no matter who they play in the finals will give them quite a challenge on the defensive end. So if we have those kind of that offensive kind of showing again from them, if they clean up the striking, it's going to be a great series in the finals.
Most definitely. Once again, our finals will be a best of 5 here. First team to 3 wins will be our victor for the week, and it's going to be quite an exciting one. We'll be back to see it right here live in 5 minutes after a short break.